Yeah. It's UFC 320, guys. The return of Alex Pereira against his nemesis, Magomed Ankalaev, who stole his title. Yeah, let's get into it right away. We'll break down 320, and then I'll get you guys a recap of Perth. We should get back to doing recaps. I kind of just forgot about them entirely. Interesting fight here. I think Alex Pereira can get the victory in the rematch. Here is my argument. Magomed Ankalaev, first of all, is not your typical Dagestani prospect, okay? This guy is emotional. He stirs the pot. He is not of the Nurmagomedov ilk, okay? Those guys are all about, hey, brother. Like, they're all about their religion, brotherhood, and they really have their head screwed on straight. Magomed Ankalaev is a little different, okay? He's up at 205. He is not a cardio demon by any stretch, okay? He grapples when he is compromised and is hurt and losing on the feet. That is when he grapples. He does not take the initiative to grapple right off the jump. He likes to strike. He is a striker, okay? We really saw that in their first fight. I'll pull up stats for that now, just to show you how many takedowns Alex Pereira defended. It was quite a few. It was pretty impressive. And another thing I'd like to point out is that Ankalaev does not shoot down to the ankle like the other Dagestanis do, okay? He does basic, big, heavy guy takedowns, which Alex Pereira can scoop up with ease. With ease. There's no issue there. Did Ankalaev burn a lot of time in the clock? Yes, he did. And did he show signs of success on the feet? Yes, he did. He won the fight. 4-1 and 3-2 on two other scorecards. So where did Pereira go wrong? Pereira, first of all, he was gun shy, okay? He was up against his first IEV of his career, okay? So I don't blame him. He probably thought Ankalaev was going to dive for the ankle and they were going to get to samboing it up, right? And I think Alex Pereira's real weakness is like his inner grappling. Like when it comes down to scrambling and rolling in like a jiu-jitsu engagement, that's where I think Pereira actually suffers. But like the baseline takedown defense, like just stopping entries right at the beginning of a takedown entry, scooping up underhooks, my man's got this on lock, you know. A lot of opponents haven't really tried to take it there. Way back in the day, 2022, yes, way back in the day, Sean Strickland was sort of the guy to like, okay, let's see if you mix it up here. And he didn't. He just didn't feel comfortable, you know, or he's retarded, one of the two. Who else tried it? Jan Blachowicz had success. Jan Blachowicz is a physical freak. Very close fight, but he was outstruck. I know that people like to call that a close one. Was still outstruck, unfortunately. And we really got to see like Pereira really struggle on the ground there. But 205 is a striking man's division, you know. Carlos Ulberg is former strippering his way through this division because there is no grapplers, no wrestlers. It's a pure striking fest, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I think Alex Pereira shines here. If you're telling me in a 50-minute exchange that Pereira's not going to touch that chin of Ankalaev and it's going to get interesting, that's interesting. I genuinely think he was gun-shy the first performance of this IEV, and it really hampered his volume, his striking game. He didn't really compromise the lead leg of Ankalaev the way I wanted him to. While Ankalaev has been stirring the pot on Twitter, being corrupted by Ali Abdelaziz, Alex Pereira has been nose to the grindstone, training, trying to get this W in this rematch. So we're going to go Pereira. If there's any fighter out there that can speak to the MMA gods and free me from this main event curse, it is Alex Pereira. He's Poetan, he's got aura, he can get it done. This Brazilian jungle fighter is going to free me from the curse. Ankalaev is not your typical Dagestani prospect, okay? He's not going to help me one bit. Yeah, and sort of the blueprint has been written on multiple occasions to take out Ankalaev. In the late rounds, deal with that calf. And he's wilted before. He wilted in his debut to Paul fucking Craig. I know that was his debut and it was a ways back, but tapping with a second left is the most humiliating experience, other than like shitting your pants in the UFC octagon. Like, as it gets. Jan Blachowicz destroyed his calf. I just feel like Pereira is going to come in with a newfound confidence when he realizes that this Ankalaev is not the grappling type, okay? He grapples when he's fucked and has no other way to win. He's going to spend too much time on the feet with Pereira again, except this time he's going to get clipped. We're going Pereira. Big underdog win and new. Merab DVALISHVILI, CORY Sandhagen. This one is rocking around in my brain. I've been flip-flopping a lot on the lead-up to this prediction video. CORY Sandhagen. Let's talk about his evolution before we talk about Merab. So Sandhagen has always been like, you know, the beakers and test tubes, stance switching striker, very hard to hit, very hard to figure out. His last performance against Figueiredo was great. He hardly got touched, and when Figueiredo took it to the ground because he was desperate, Sandhagen blew his knee out. This should be a submission victory. He blew his knee out with a hold. That, like, he has Ryan Hall in his corner. That Ryan Hall wizardry is incredible, okay? Ryan Hall couldn't make it in the UFC. He's a physical wimp, but his grappling IQ is kind of next level. And Merab DVALISHVILI's been subbed, you guys. I don't know if you know. He's been taken out with a guillotine choke by Ricky Simone. Again, way in the past, so it's going to get overlooked. But it shows it can happen, okay? It shows it's possible. So, my argument for CORY Sandhagen, all the growth and evolution I've seen in him over the past few years has been grappling IQ and going the distance. Like, look at his career. 5 round, like, 25 minute, 25 minute, 25 minute, 20 minutes, 25 minute, 25 minute. Like, he has probably spent more time in the cage than Merab. And we consider Merab, like, the decision beast. But it's all 3 rounds, man. So, like, if you think CORY Sandhagen doesn't deserve to be here, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. It's his second attempt at a title. Fought Dillashaw. He's fought a bunch of champions, but Dillashaw, yeah, and then #1 contender fight with Umar. He's looked very good against champions. I know he fumbled against Aljamain, and he fumbled against... He didn't really fumble. He's just kind of playing Petr Yan's game yet. He didn't really have a takedown, like, any knowledge of grappling at all back in 2021. But this is his last chance, okay? This is CORY Sandhagen's last chance to get a title. And the O'Malley fight. He's horny for the O'Malley fight. There's probably like a dozen interviews of him saying, like, it's the one they want to see and all this. And, like, the only way you're getting that O'Malley fight is if you actually capture a title. Then it's yours. Then they absolutely want to just shill O'Malley to championship status. So I think he's going to get it done. He has a will and he has a way to get it done. Merab DVALISHVILI is just the master at weaponizing this cardio edge, this resting heart rate, physicality edge. This guy's a fucking mutant, okay? I just can't, for the life of me, see Merab in these, like, GSP, Jones, Demetrius Johnson conversations. I think it ends here, okay? He's had so much success against 135ers. It's nuts. So nuts. And against a taller fighter. I thought Umar would pose problems. Did not happen. Absolutely did not happen. Umar was, like, gassing out. Like, Merab had a Nurmagomedov gassing out in rounds, like, 3, 4, and 5. It was setting in, so... Sandhagen needs to get to work. He's got to get the business handled, okay? But I believe in him. And look, it's the main events that are cursed, okay? My co-main events kind of go crazy. Jimmy Crute with a nasty sub last weekend. We're going to go CORY Sandhagen, guys. You got to believe here. You got to believe in the Ryan Hall wizardry that's going to take out Merab, okay? It's CORY Sandhagen's last chance. He's elevation trained. He's not going to gas out. It's an easy CORY Sandhagen win. People just don't want to see him with a belt on. They think he's cringe. They think he's beakers and test tubes CORY. But I think he's going to take the belt. So let's get it. KHALIL, Rountree, YIRI, PROCHAZKA. I'm going Khalil Rountree. That's 3 underdogs on this main card. I'm sorry. Look, I think at any other point in time, Yuri Prochazka destroys Khalil Rountree with his unorthodox, crazy, barbarian fight style. But as of right now, I think he slips up and fumbles this one. He's going to go win-loss again because he's hitting the books. He is in university hitting the books and studying to get a degree. I don't know what he's doing. You should be preparing for Khalil Rountree. He does nothing academically. He is in the gym training to kill you, okay? And so the argument for Khalil Rountree here from me is he's spoken publicly on interviews and said, oh, my main issue in the past was I've always been afraid to gas out, and that's how I used to fight. I was afraid to gas out, and that really impacted my fighting abilities, and here's the proof, okay? He had a rocky, ugly start, losses to Johnny Walker, Tyson Pedro, Andrew Sanchez, like you name it. There's bums on his record that he's losing to. Marcin Prachnio is the last one. 2021, Poirier McGregor card. And has turned it around finally. But to that point, afraid of gassing out, he is coming off a 5-round clean sweep decision victory. Call it boring, I don't care. He has just proved to himself that he can go the full distance in combat sports against a top competitor. I know it's Jamal Hill. It's, you know, kind of weird. Is Jamal Hill even elite? We don't even really know if he's elite. Might have fluked it on his way up. I'm going to pick Khalil Rountree coming off a monumental win where he's proved to himself that he can go the distance. Is Jamal Hill the same type of fighter that Prochazka is? No. Hill's actually pretty damn composed and has a good, like, you know, kind of lean back defense. Like, let's fight in the bathroom type defense, lean back. But Hill has defensive abilities. Yuri doesn't. Yuri's defense is his offense. And we've never seen Khalil KO'd. Like, actually KO'd. We have not seen it, okay? Has he been volumed up by, like, some crafty technicians like a Dustin Jacoby? Yes. This should not be a win. It should be a loss. I can't make an argument for Yuri. Like, what am I going to say? Like, he just out-goofies Khalil and comes forward. Khalil's always been, like, a Muay Thai merchant. He is locked into fist fights. That's... Yuri could go for grappling and go for wrestling and, like, do what you're supposed to do against Khalil and, like, make it dirty, make it uncomfortable. That will happen. But I think right now, Khalil's primed and ready to go, and he's going to get it done. He's actually had more success than Yuri has against Pereira. If you want to do like a weird MMA math litmus test, come at me. We're going Khalil Rountree. I like the pick. Josh Emmett, YOUSSEF ZALAL. Interesting stuff. Can someone please explain to me this CC0? Yes, that is a 0 in Josh Emmett's like new fighter nickname. You know, he's rebranding at 45 fucking years old. YOUSSEF ZALAL gets a lot of shit for running around, you know, sort of a Alberg game plan, just sort of a pepper-only game plan. Just pitter-patter, run around, circle. It's intelligent, burns the clock well. He has a great sub-ability as well, though. People don't talk about this. Arm triangle, rear naked choke. On the regionals as well, he's got subs. And Josh Emmett can mix it up with anyone because of the power edge he has. Even sort of kept it semi-competitive with Lerone Murphy, picking him up, dunking him on the ground. Emmett is a fridge. He's strong. 5'6". His reach is pretty pathetic, but he's got a good feint game. He has great blitzes, great speed for his age. I think this fight with YOUSSEF ZALAL is going to go similar to his one with Yair Rodriguez, in all honesty. Yair Rodriguez smashed him with kicks, and I don't think YOUSSEF ZALAL is as long as Yair Rodriguez, like legs-wise. But this is how you shut down Josh Emmett. Keep him at range with feints and kicks and like all that kind of stuff. Smash him to the body with kicks, so you can draw his blitzes out. Then they're not as problematic. You can see him coming a bit better. So YOUSSEF ZALAL, get on those kicks, and you can win that way, so you don't have to box. And as for grappling, I think Emmett should avoid it, and I think Zalal should pursue it. Emmett is probably way stronger pound for pound than Zalal, cuts way more weight, kills himself for 145. Brutal shit. Zalal, on the other hand, is fresher, younger, fresher, and I actually think he's slicker in the grappling. I can totally see reversals here on Emmett. I can see backpack positioning, flattening out, you name it. We got to go YOUSSEF Zalal. It's not the popular pick, but it's the smart pick. Abbas Magomedov, Joe PYFER. Body cam off, Joe PYFER. Now look, I think I have kind of a crafty take here on this fight, guys. Abbas Magomedov is very, very technical, and he's got a long range and a great list of weapons as well. Kind of dangerous everywhere, Abbas Magomedov, but this record is, I don't want to say full of cans, but it's like pretty, this is a regional record here going up against Joe PYFER. And yeah, Abbas Magomedov likes a clean, technical fight, and that is how you beat Joe PYFER. Let's not get it twisted. Jack Hermansson laid out the blueprint on how to deal with Joe PYFER. Be technical, move your head, high shell, never stop moving, never stop feinting, and it led to a Joe PYFER win. 3-2 on the scorecards. It's kind of a perfect game plan from Jack Hermansson. Got it done, and PYFER claims to be sick. Whenever this fight's brought up, PYFER's like just saying how sick he was and all this. Don't love that, but it could be the truth. Joe PYFER, big physical, hates being leg kicked, but super powerful boxing game. PYFER is heavy stance, heavy hands, big powerful wrestling. That'll be enough to inflict exhaustion on Abbas Magomedov, who death-gassed to the Strickland zombie walk. I think this was on short notice. Maybe it wasn't. Please refresh my memory on that. But after seeing that, I can never look at Abbas Magomedov again. Just the way he wilted to pressure like that, it was so awful. So I think if PYFER is the bull in this fight, comes forward and avoids a technical battle with Abbas Magomedov, he'll have a lot of success. But I think if he tries to go out there and prove that he is more technical than Abbas, like, oh, I'm gonna, like, if he goes out there with the intention of schooling Abbas Magomedov, like, I do this better than you, I do this better than you, you will lose, Joe PYFER. I'm sorry. You're gonna go into an all-out rage in the cage after you drop your split decision to Abbas. Please go out there and make it dirty. That's how you win your fights, by being a meathead, going forward, chucking power, stuffing shots. So please do that for me. You have what it takes to beat Abbas, but there are ways for him to lose this fight, but the pick will be Joe PYFER. ATEBA Gautier, OZZY DIAZ. Look at the two. There's your winner, ATEBA Gautier, the silent assassin. OZZY DIAZ saved his job last time out, peppering up this can, but other than that, what is there to speak of? He has a problematic frame with the boxing and everything, but all it's going to take from ATEBA is to just step into the pocket and just let loose with your shots, because this guy has next level power. We'll keep an eye out where to fade ATEBA, because the truth is you can't just first round knockout your way to like top 5, top 3. It never really happens, if we're being honest. And this is what, middleweight, so it's possible, but you're going to hit a grappling wall eventually, ATEBA. Then we'll start, you know, having that talk. But yeah, OZZY DIAZ, sorry man, but you're a lamb to the slaughter. You're headed to the dark place in this one. Edmund SHABAHZYAN, Andre Muniz. Edmund SHABAHZYAN is an interesting case. Came into the UFC very young. You know what's holding him back? Real shocker, Extreme Couture. Get yourself out of that gym. Look at what they've done to you. When you were with Tarverdian, you were doing great. I don't know what happened. I don't know why you made the switch. But he's coming off 2 wins. But big red flag here. Unanimous decision to Andre Petroski, who we just saw get knocked out by a jab by regional level Cam Rouston. So that's kind of a red flag there, SHABAHZYAN. What's up with that? But have no fear. He's up against Andre Muniz, who is really clinging to his job. Yes, has a slimy robbery grappling win over Young Park, but it's kind of a great matchup for him. Young Park is very patient, defensive fighter. but no power on Young Park shots. We love the Iron Turtle here, but this is not a matchup where he excels. This is where you need to be a bit of a dangerous striker and really take risk and be a meathead and bank on your power and put it on MUNIZ. That's how you win. Young Park couldn't do that. That's okay. Edmund SHABAHZYAN can replicate how you beat a MUNIZ, whose greatest win is the last generation, like a 40-year-old Souza who he breaks the arm of. Eric Anders, former footballer, riddled with injuries, he can get the sub. Uriah Hall is a glass mental, whatever he is. So Andre MUNIZ, I did not like the Young Park win. So he's arguably 0-4 in my mind. Edmund SHABAHZYAN, the quicker you make the depart, the swift exit from Vegas and Extreme Couture, you're going to do amazing things. So get out of there. Get out of there. Edmund SHABAHZYAN's going to win this one. Andre MUNIZ is too old. Chris Gutierrez, FARID, BASHARAT. You know, I like FARID. FARID is the successful of the two Basharat brothers in the bantamweight division. Javid had to eat the fraud check. You will be the one to move on and do great things. 13-0. In all seriousness, they're very composed. They know how to MMA fight. They have all their bases covered. Grappling, striking. They are not heavy punchers. They don't really do Muay Thai very well, like with elbows and all this kind of stuff, but their clinch is good. It's geared towards wrestling. They do volume well. I love their kick game. Which fight was it? A decision, a close decision, but a convincing decision over Lapilus, who is a great French kickboxer. What does he do? Plays Lapilus's game, but mixes in heavy wrestling. That's what I like about the Basharat bros. They're not afraid to. Javid took the L to Amin Zahabi. Got fraud checked big there because he started wrestling when it was too late. Got boxed up by Zahabi, so he ate the fraud check. FARID will be the guy to push on and do great things. Chris Gutierrez, I tend to fade every single time out. Just little to no evolution. Don't know what Gutierrez's game is really all about. Every single interview, he's crying, just bawling his eyes out. Even after victories, just doesn't make sense. I predict a fragile mind. Song Yadong, main event. That was really your moment to punch up and, you know, do great things. Starts getting heckled in the apex by some random Vegas fat ass. And completely loses all composure. Breaks down, nearly starts crying. So what do? We pick Quang Lee to pull off a big underdog win there. I think he's like plus 600 because that's how much I don't believe in Chris Gutierrez. And this running a low kick and that's only fight style. And we got real close. Quang Lee jumps the back, nearly gets backpack position, but fumbles the rear naked. Gutierrez's career lives on. Boring as all hell. What do you do for me recently? Split decision, nothing against John Castaneda. So like the moments of punching into the rankings here for Gutierrez are gone. He's had 2 chances, 3-fight win streak, 4-fight win streak, fumbled it. This is what his career will be, is just unranked matchups now. But he's got FARID BASHARAT to deal with, who has more options. I'm sorry, he's not going to be snake charmed into your low kick game. Sorry, Chris, but the road ends here for you. We're going to go Basharat there. Probably decision. Jusang Yu, Zombie Jr. Somewhat of a quick turnaround after landing the nastiest knockout at the start of this summer against Jekka Sergi. One-shot fadeaway counter hook. Pretty beautiful. I don't know how Sergi got slept by that. It didn't look like the most, heavy shot in the world, but he went night-night and faceplant KO'd. Beautiful stuff. You have to parlay that aura into your next matchup against Daniel Santos, who I think you can beat because Daniel Santos has not the most active guy. I don't know if there's pullouts and injuries in there, but you need to get more active. I think whatever has held him back is going to snap this 3-fight win streak. Mainly due to this. This baby reach is going to be an issue here against a counter striker, a pure counter striker. I think he's going to run into problems here. I think Willy Cat has been knocked down as well. Yeah, he likes to get into a war. Really got lit up by Julio Arce, who I don't know why left the UFC and got cut. He was great. I think he was on the older side. Not even that much on the older side, but he got cut. He was a great little like boxing prospect. KO Julian Erosa, like I don't know where he went, but yeah, Daniel Santos likes wars, likes scraps. Shouldn't be doing that here with Ju Sang Yu, who's like a pure counter striker freak. Like this guy's got the goods. Don't know if it'll be a KO, but I just think Ju Sang Yu is the better striker with the better reach and skill. So we're gonna ride with Zombie Jr. MACY, CHIASSON, YANA, Santos. MACY CHIASSON is my violence queen, okay? I'm a big fan. One of my favorite female fighters out there. She's really struggling to punch up to like the top 5. I know it's a weak, sorry excuse of a division, so she should be able to do it. But she fumbled the Ketlin Vieira fight. This one's interesting. 10 minutes of control time against her. Vieira didn't even land a takedown. CHIASSON was just slipping on banana peels out there. I was so frustrated with this performance. She's so much better than that. I don't know what went wrong. It was awful to watch. Because she's a violence queen. Before that, it was 2 performance bonuses. She earned it. Quick, slick sub from my girl. And then split MBS. Bueno Silva's forehead open. Was just chilling in guard. Past the legs. And just ripped an elbow across her forehead. Eyebrow shot. Disgusting. Blood everywhere. You're my violence queen, CHIASSON. Decent little fight with Irene Aldana, but had this weird liver kick situation. I'm willing to let it slide. Beat Norma Dumont. Thicky Norma Dumont. Got her beat. That's a good name on the record. These other ones, not so much. But they're finishes, right? They're finishes. When she gets matched up with bottom feeders, she finishes them. I like that. Yana Santos, nothing to speak of. She shouldn't be here. Gets dealt the bottom of the barrel. Chelsea Chandler, Miesha Tate, bottom of the barrel. So she keeps her job, but she shouldn't be here. She's old. She's a mother. Like, give me CHIASSON. She ain't having no kids. She's here to fuck chicks up. And yes, she fumbled her last one, but I'm blocking that out of my memory. I'm not switching up. She's got elbows. She's got good Muay Thai. She's got Safe Sud screaming in her ear. She's a Fortis product. Gimme CHIASSON against Yana Santos. Go out there and treat her like she's a senior citizen. Go out there. Show that you've got the good, CHIASSON. We can't take 2 losses in a row. You've got to get this done. You must be like a heavy fucking favorite. Moving on. Patchy Mix. Jacob WikiHow. Honestly, no tape has been done on this guy. But I know how I feel about Patchy Mix. And I'll put it this way. We're not going to go deep into analysis on this one. We're going to put it this way. Patchy Mix, you got on that stage and you sold to us so hard that you were like the GOAT of bantamweight. And then this is what you show us against Mario Bautista. You called him a stepping stone. You talked about Merab and how like, oh, I'll put my friendship aside and take out Merab. Get to the back of the line. What was this? Not a single take. You attempted one. Complete grappling failure against Mario Bautista, who is takedownable, if I'm not mistaken. Taken down by Ricky Simone, taken down by Damone Blackshear, taken down by Guido Canetti. We're done with Patchy Mix, guys. Until he banks like 2-3 wins in the UFC, I'm kind of just done with Patchy Mix. Because like, all that success in the PFL, like the $1 million whatever, like... And when we went through the analysis, I said out loud, Patchy Mix has made his millions, guys. He's made his million. He's reached the top of the sport in a regional promotion that gave him a fat paycheck. You absorbed 11.5 strikes per minute in your debut. You gotta show that you're serious. I know this guy's serious. I don't even know fuck all about him, but I know he's serious because he hasn't been paid what you've been paid. I trust in this guy's hunger, so we're gonna pick it. Probably in the next couple days, I'll look up some highlights on this dude. But I don't trust Patchy Mix, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry if you're a fan. I was a fan before the UFC debut. That's why this hurts. It feels like a betrayal, honestly. So Patchy Mix, we're done. You got to go out there and be a Suarez. Like, you're matched up with Suarez. You have to be what she is in the cage. Grapple only. That's what gets you your success, okay? I know you had a beautiful flying knee on Raytheon Stotts, but he got KO'd by Merab, so yeah, how good is that win? I'm done. It actually hurts me to talk about Patchy Mix. I want to just act like it never happened. My most shameful pick ever. Punelli Soriano, Nikolai Veretnikov, decent little prelim banger. Could turn out to be a fun little slop fest brawl. Punelli Soriano, again, the Edmund Shabahzyan argument. Leave Extreme Couture and blossom into your true potential. What have you done for me lately, Punelli Soriano? Had a rocky start to the UFC, but what have you done for me lately? KO win over Uros Medic in the first round is very impressive. That shows me you're a heavy-handed, smart striker. Taking out Uros Medic like that. Love it. Uros Medic does his best work in the first round. Is crafty on the feet. Love that win for him. I think we picked it as well. I think we picked it. This was during Hebos 2. I don't know if I picked that. Maybe before I had a channel. Nikolai Veretnikov, what we do know, what's on the record. I am on the record saying, Veretnikov, you are a mental midget. Glass mental meathead. You were 0-3, got schooled by Austin Vanderford on the ground. You survived a sub attempt, and so Vanderford just said, you know what, I'm just going to beat the shit out of you. So he does that. What do? You get up, you slap him in the face, like you shove him in the face after you've been completely fraud checked and shown to be a bum. Yeah, you get gifted a decision in your last run out to a lightweight, Francisco Prado. You dwarfed him completely, and you still looked like slop. And robbed. Prado should have won that fight. I don't know what the judges were on. Veretnikov barely landing half his shit. Looking awful. Terrible. Terrible. I can't say enough bad things about Veretnikov. I'll give him a pass debuting against Michael Morales. That's tough work. Where Morales honestly took the path of most resistance as well. Like, went for takedowns on Veretnikov, who's big and chunky. Just a brick, meathead dumbass. So interesting, but Vanderford showed the blueprint, schooled you, took you down, sunned you on the ground. Prado tried to bang it out with you. And should have won, robbery shit. Yeah. I just don't even like talking about this guy. Soriano, go KO this dude. But get out of Extreme. Get out of Extreme Couture. See what you can become not being in that gym. I advise it. Ramiz Brahimaj, Austin Vanderford. Speaking of Vanderford, going up against a Fortis fighter. I've seen Brahimaj coach Fortis. Like, when Safe Sood isn't there, Brahimaj is the coach of Fortis. It's kind of a red flag. You should be the fighter, not the coach. But he's coming off finishes, so stock is high on him. People trust in his ability as a finisher. For 4 first-round finishes, but they're against bums, I'm afraid. Mickey Gall was never nothing. Billy Ray Goff is kind of unknown and unproven. And it was just instantly taken out. We didn't even really get to see the fight. So Ramiz is dangerous, but we got to talk about Vanderford, man. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of Vanderford. First of all, this guy has the look. He's got the life. Fully tatted, rocking a mullet, wifed up to Paige Van Zandt. This guy's living it. And so all of that success, all of that positive aura that he has can be filtered into just being a badass fighter. And he's shown to be doing that. 2 finishes. And sort of where your average fighter would, rock through the regionals, Vanderford took it to Bellator, and he's been the only Bellator fighter to actually impress. Pitbull's doing his thing as well, and he already has become a champion at Bellator. Vanderford not so much. I think he lost to the champion and then got the call for the UFC. I think he threw his hat in the ring, got pulled up to the UFC, and is showing up and showing out. Staying composed round 1, getting the finish in round 2. I think he can do the same with Brahimaj. It's a more dangerous fight than his last few. Angelo Trevino, no baby monster. Yeah, you're role-playing out there. You're not a fighter. So Vanderford has another steep task here with Brahimaj, but I think he'll get it done. I think Vanderford, he's not an extreme guy. There's no way. He's like a John Wood guy. I don't know. I'll have to look into it, but I like what I see with Vanderford. Strong, powerful wrestler, isn't a dumb wrestler, actually knows what he's doing. I like what he looks like when he's exchanging for the most part. I don't advise him to strike moving forward. Just keep doing what you're doing. Beat an MMA fighter, mix it up. You can beat Ramiz, Brahimaj, who I just don't rate. I want to see him take out like an actual good fighter. Veronica Hardy, Brogan Walker. If you're still watching, that's crazy, and that means you care about this fight. Brogan Walker, who even is that? I think Brogan Walker just got the call. Like, Mick Maynard literally just picked up the phone and like, you know, you're still on the roster, right? Like, we're contractually obligated to get you a fight once every 2 years. And Brogan Walker was literally just like, oh, sure, yeah, I'll fight. I forgot. Like, I'll come pick up a paycheck. 7-4, she's nothing. She lost to Juliana Miller by finish as well. Veronica Hardy is just in the presence of Dan Hardy. Like, who cares about the sport? So, I know she's super small, super undersized, but she's got crazy flexible kicks. She's got a bit of aura. She's hot. She had concussion issues, which kind of took her out of the sport. So she's had a bunch of layoffs, which is a big red flag, but you're not losing to Brogan Walker. Maybe Brogan Walker shows up like after a better training camp and can sneak one over on Hardy. So like if you're a betting man, maybe like Walker's split decision goes crazy, but like Hardy's going to win. She's got Dan Hardy in her corner. Veronica Macedo, sorry. Yeah, we'll pick Hardy. Brogan Walker's shit. UFC 320, there it is. It's a big, juicy pay-per-view. Said what I said about the prelims. I was passionate about the prelims. I should take back what I said. There's some good names on here, and the main card is heavy. 2 title fights. This is what we get. This is what we deserve as MMA fans. Honestly, this is what pay-per-views should feel and look like. 2 title fights, and then a main card with big rankings ramifications. This is what I like to see as a content creator and a fan, so bring it on to recap. We got, Pereira, Sandhagen, Rountree. I think they're going to shock the world in their own way. Zalal's going to cook. PYFER's going to cook. If he's smart, PYFER, you need to take this one seriously. Abbas is pretty technical. Gautier getting fed. Gautier getting fed big time. DIAZ is getting cut. SHABAHZYAN will get a win. I think BASHARAT will get a win. And then we got some like decent prospects here. These guys on shit contracts. They'll probably give us finishes, so don't miss the prelims as usual. Sure, let's get you guys a recap of the Alberg Reyes rapid fire recap. I glossed over it in the breakdown. That Reyes was a former footballer with early onset CTE, and I still picked him because I do think outside of that, he could beat Alberg, who's a former stripper. But look, dudes, City Kickboxing has really turned him into a machine, a madman. Alberg, if the fight stays standing, he'll beat everybody. He'll KO everybody. He is very, very slick and pounces on finishes. The Black Jag does not fumble finishes. He pounces on them. So good stuff. I think now that he's gotten past Blachowicz, Reyes, a lot of the tougher matchups are honestly out of his way. There are no wrestlers that are going to expose him. 205 is just full of strikers. So yes, he'll KO Big Onk, he'll KO Pereira, he'll KO everybody. Jimmy Crute did work. Good to see him back. He's very fun, like when he's on form and he gets the subs. Ramon Tavares is honestly headed to like BKFC or Dirty Boxing. We had the correct read there. Matthews fumbled it. That was the right pick, but Matthews fumbled it. Tom Nolan, he's a G. He's going to get knocked out by somebody elite's going to chin Tom Nolan bad. But if you can't do that, he's going to cook you. He burns really hot in that first round. He's down to die. Love it. Love you, Charlie Campbell, for making that fun. Navajo Sterling is doing the right thing by just like staying composed and crushing these cans and like getting through these kind of like risky bum fights on the way up. He's doing the right thing. I know we want to see finishes, but this is what you should do. Like, look at what Alberg's doing. getting your feet set in the UFC and like getting ready for those big names with decisions, getting cage time. It's the right thing to do. Petrosky, I'm done with. Petrosky is washed garbage, can't take punishment. I said in the breakdowns that he's knocked out by air, but Rouston's regional level, so we didn't go with Rouston. We went with Petrosky and got burned for it. Sorry. I completely missed Malarkey Bedoya. I didn't even give a prediction because they're just low aura, like nobodies, like absolutely nobodies. I guess my brain knew that my time wasn't worth it breaking them down. So I think somebody commented and I said Bedoya. Whatever. Don't give a fuck. Colby Thickness, the people we actually care about, got that right. Michelle Montague's a hottie, got that right. She's a fucking meathead, man. She just walks into punishment. She is awesome. She's going to make so many fun fights. She will be a violence queen moving forward. Luana Carolina made that fun. She has autism. Brando Parakick is that was a nasty heavyweight KO. Can't wait to see what he does. That was awesome. And Alexia Thainara, I knew was going to get that done. She's bigger. She's willing to clinch, willing to be nasty with it and use her size and strength and not get pulled into like a technical fight where she's outskilled. Yeah, she's sick, dude. She's got a cool like Street Fighter aura. She's like baggy clothes, crazy hair. Love that chick, man. There's the recap. Get ready for UFC 320. We're going to ace the card and sweep the card, clean the curse. You already know what's up. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.